Hi guys, welcome to AfricanRising.com. My name is Ayek and this is my blog. If you're new, thank you so much for stopping by. And if you're returning, I love you. Okay, so today we're gonna talk about starting a YouTube channel. Let's say like after watching this video, you wanna start a YouTube channel. I'm gonna tell you everything you need to start. I have a couple of tips from my experience to make the process a little easier and a lot more cost effective. And then I'm gonna answer a few questions from the small YouTuber tag, but I'd actually call it like the tiny YouTuber tag because I'm a tiny YouTuber. So let's get into it. Number one, you need a camera of some sort. It does not have to be a $5,000 or 350,000 Naira camera. You just need one that works. You can literally even start vlogging on your phone. Any good camera, like honestly, if you have to start with your iPhone camera or your Samsung camera or whatever camera you have, start with that. Yeah, there are people who start their YouTube channel with fancy cameras and you know, it's no shade to them, but start with what you have. So I'm gonna put a picture below of the camera that I use to vlog now. You also need a really good editing app. There are a couple ones that you pay for, but I'm going to tell you about the free ones that I used when I first started YouTube. But I definitely recommend iMovie. iMovie comes on most Apple products, so MacBooks, I think it comes on the iPad, but you'd have to download it onto your phone. But you can also get iMovie on your PC. Now, if you're willing to put a couple of $100s into this, definitely consider Final Cut Pro and Adobe Premiere Pro CC. I personally recommend Final Cut Pro because it's so similar to iMovie, it's just an elevated version. And for me, it's very easy, it's what I'm used to. People say that Adobe Premiere Pro is easy, but I beg to differ. So that's what I recommend for editing apps. For pictures for your thumbnail, definitely use Canva. It's 100% free. So you definitely need good internet. If you're in Nigeria, I get it. Wi-Fi can be kind of like stressful and you don't want to go all the way to a cafe just to download a video. And technically, you need data in America too, but you know how internet here in Nigeria can be kind of tricky. So if your internet provider is not reliable, you're probably gonna hotspot, which is what I tend to do. And so I do burn up a lot of data, which is like, you know, an issue, but just keep that in mind. Okay, the next thing you definitely need is confidence. You have to be confident in what you're doing. You're not necessarily gonna start off with your first YouTube video being high quality and high tech. And you might be nervous, you might be talking like this on the camera, but you need to get to a point where you're comfortable and you're like, you know what, this is me and I'm ready to share it with the world. There are gonna be people that make suggestions about what you should do, what you should talk about on your channel. And generally, I probably wouldn't listen to like 75% of them. Just be confident, be comfortable with what you're talking about, with the content that you're creating for your page and the brand that you're building, and just go with it. Next thing you need is authenticity. Try as hard as possible to be yourself. I know in this world where like everybody's so cruel and on the internet people are horrible, but try really hard to be yourself because the truth is that who you are in front of the camera is who you need to be when you step off the camera. Like, don't be popping and nice and friendly or whatever on camera and then like in real life you're like, oh, or vice versa. Just be yourself and don't try to be what you think people will like. I know that the internet is saturated with fun, dancing, people all over the, like, if you're an introvert but you just want to talk on the camera, you just want to share your story, your experience, that's okay. If you're an extrovert and you want to be out there being extra, that's fine too. But just be yourself. Okay, so as I'm sharing tips about how to get started, I definitely am still considered a small YouTuber. So I decided I'd answer a few questions from the small YouTuber tag just so you guys can understand why I started this channel, what this channel is about, and also it can give you more insight on what you can talk about on your channel. In 5 years, I definitely still see myself on YouTube. I see African Rising growing, but I also see myself expanding into other aspects of digital media through YouTube. I'm still working on that, but that's why it's 5 years from now, so I still have a little bit of time. And definitely, as far as YouTube is concerned, I think a lot of people are gonna stop watching TV, because even now, YouTube is like TV for a lot of people, including me. So my username basically came from my blog. African rising to me is kind of like a virtue. It's like what I believe I am. I believe I'm an African that's rising. And it also means like my perception of the people in my community. We are Africans that are rising. So it's always empowering. That's why I had to steal the name before anybody else did. All right, guys, that is it. I hope you enjoyed this short and sweet video. I know for a fact this video is going to be less than 10 minutes because I'm not the one editing it. So you're not going to be here until tomorrow watching this video. But I hope you enjoyed it. And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe only if you want to. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Mwah.